we need to think of a new advert for freebets.com.
Get your best betting offers from freebets.com.
Yeah, that'll do.
The following deals are now live.
This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Style and Forged Irish Stout. Delighted to be joined with Caroline Dubois. We've just finished a nice media lunch here, Christmas dinner, in the Nomad Hotel in Covent Garden. You had the pleasure of joining me on the table. How did you find that?
No, it was great. Delighted to be here, and the dinner was good. It was fun. The company was better.
I appreciate it. Obviously, you know, do have to keep it strict because you do have a fight in about 6 weeks, 7 weeks time. How do you find training over Christmas, over the festive period where we know that it is like, you know, people do like to sort of pig out, eat a lot, but not for yourself because you've got a fight to train for. How do you sort of find that?
No, definitely, as you said, this is the period where people usually like to sit down and be, you know, a bit more lax and have more fun. And obviously, I'm going to have to be a bit more strict with that. So it's just about discipline, and I'll be on it.
Absolutely. We'll get onto that fight, February the 3rd, fighting on the Bouatsi Aziz undercard, back at the O2 for yourself. How important is it to sort of get the ball rolling February straight away into 2024? You've got a fight and you're ready to go.
Yeah, definitely. Very important to get the ball rolling. It'll be a quick start to the year. I'll be early on, and I want to get the ball rolling. I want to create a stamp, put a stamp down, and let everyone know that I'm here and I'm here to take over.
And when we talk about getting the ball rolling, do you feel like this could be a massive year for you? You know, 2023 was a big year for you, being the main event, fighting for IBL world titles, for example, and a real big stepping stone for you in terms of providing big fights for yourself in 2024.
Definitely. I think the most important thing will be to put in a good performance, let everyone know that I'm here in the division, and let everyone know that, you know, I'm here to stay. I feel like a lot of the big names that we know now, they're kind of on their way out. Look at Natasha Jonas, Katie Taylor, you know, Michaela May. They're all a bit older than me. They're a lot aged and they're a lot further in their you know, in their progression. But I feel like they'll be starting to get to the end of, you know, and whereas I've just started my journey, and I'll be taking over soon.
Well, talking about that, you know, do you feel like the learning's done now, 2023? You know, that was a big year for learning for you, moving up to 10 rounds, having sort of not necessarily tickovers, but, you know, being in main events, being at main event stops, you know what that feeling's like, you know what the pressure's like. Now for yourself, the importance is like, no, I'm in big fights now, and I'm sure you want a big fight on February the 3rd.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like the learning has been done. I said when I turned pro that my first year, maybe my second year is all about learning, getting used to the occasion, the moment, and the rounds and everything like that. And I feel like I've done that. I genuinely do. I want to step up. I want to fight good names, and I want to challenge myself now.
And you look at the stage now for women's boxing, where you see fights such as, you know, Natasha Jonas versus Michaela Meyer. Even this year, 2023, we've seen you know, Chantel Cameron versus Katie Taylor ×2. We've seen that twice. Do you feel like in 2024, you know, when we talk about big women's fights, we'll see Caroline Dubois as the name of one of them?
That's the plan. That's the hope. I remember going to the all-female show, and that got me my blood boiling, and that got me, you know, excited, and that got me energized. Like, I want to be headlining in big fights. I want to be having people saying this is a 50-50 fight. I want people, you know, saying, putting bets down and being excited, and that's what I want.
Well, we'll talk about Natasha Jonas and Michaela Meyer a little bit. Obviously, Michaela Meyer is moving up to 147. She's someone that, you know, you've wanted for a while. You've called that name. Her moving up to 147 now, what do you feel like the position is with that fight? Do you feel like she could come back down to lightweight 135, 140, or do you feel like you might have to chase her up to 147?
No, definitely. I think she's done at 135. She's moved up now, and it's so hard when you let your body fill out and you let your body grow, because she's a very naturally tall woman, and she's finally given it time to fill out. And I remember going to camp in Colorado, and she was huge. She was not fat or overweight, but she just looked completely filled, and she must have been at least 70 kilos, so I could tell making the weight was hard for her, and she's given it the body the time to fill out. I don't see her coming back down, and like I said, I want to be a multi-weight world champion. I will move up. It's just a matter of time of whether she's still there when I come up.
When it comes to that fight, a big sort of topic of conversation was about 12 3-minute rounds. Michaela Meyer was talking about, you know, I want 12 threes. Where you stand with this? I know we did have a previous conversation about it, but where do you stand with the idea of 12 3-minute rounds? We see Serrano do it. The WBC weren't approving of it. it. So Serrano put her WBC belt in the bin. What's your sort of stance when it comes to 12 3-minute rounds?
Listen, I think it's going to get there. There's only one way to go, and it will have to move to 12 threes or 10 threes or whatever, but it will be 3-minute rounds. But I do not think that now is the time for 12 threes. The level is not there. The competition, like, if I fought, like, I don't know, Michaela Mayer, I would make it a 12-3 fight. If I fought Chantel Cameron or Katie Taylor, but she probably wouldn't accept it. But if I fought, like, say, if I moved up and fought Sandy Ryan or something, I would make it a 12-3 fight. But, you know, fighting Magali, Lascano, fighting Happy Dowdy, Sophie Rodriguez, I wouldn't make it a 12-3 fight. You know, it's not at that level yet. There's not enough depth. There's not enough people to make it a 12-3 exciting, action-packed fight.
Absolutely. And just the last one from me, mentioned about Katie Taylor there, and we know that she's picked up belts at 140, for yourself operating at 135. In line for a world title shot, if Katie Taylor doesn't want to stay at 135, this could pick up the opportunity of vacant belts. Do you feel like you could sort of push yourself into a position with a vacant belt, and how would you feel about that when you're not really getting a shot at, you know, Katie Taylor, who is sort of the number one in the division?
Definitely, like I said, I want to be the best, and I feel like the only way you can do that correctly is by beating the best. However, my life, my boxing career doesn't evolve around Katie Taylor. There's so many other big fights, and I feel like she will be out soon. Sandy Ryan, there's so many names, you know, everyone up to 147 is a name, and they're exciting names, big names, names that will sell, names that will fill out arenas, and my life does not evolve around Katie Taylor.
Absolutely. Caroline, just as we finish this off, what happens on February the 3rd?
Another good fight, another big statement, a big win, and hopefully a knockout.
Caroline, thank you for your time, really appreciate it. Good to catch up with you today on the lunch, I appreciate it, thank you. Cheers.